What's up, MVVs? Welcome back to the channel. Tonight, guys, it's the Patreon poll winner of the week, and it goes to a band that I'm finally featuring on the channel. Obviously, this is one of the biggest bands to ever exist, and that goes to Linkin Park with their song Rebellion featuring Daron Malakian from System of a Down. Now, with my history about Linkin Park, they're one of the most influential bands. Growing up, I've always liked the singles that I've heard on the radio. All my friends were super into them. Hybrid Theory and Meteora are both albums that I've actually never fully gone through. I know, really weird, but I've heard most of the singles, and I've had them on playlists like the singles, but I've never actually checked out their album start to finish. Maybe I should sometime. But Linkin Park, I absolutely love Chester's vocals, and obviously this band plays a major important role to the scene, the core scene that I generally listen to today. Now with their song Rebellion, this is off their album The Hunting Party, I believe is what it's called. And, you know, the thing about new Linkin Park, I've heard mixed things, and from what I've heard, it wasn't really up my alley. But this is the Patreon poll winner of the week, and I need to make a decision on whether or not new Linkin Park is worth checking out. Well, newish Linkin Park is worth checking out. So anyway, I think that's all we need for chit chat. Let's fuck do it. Ooh, it's loud for me. This has got to be Daron right now. It sounds pretty System of a Downy. Ooh, that's a fun melody.
I've seen the broken, the lost and the sights unseen. I want a flood, I want an ocean to wash my confusion clean. I can't resolve this empty story. I can't repair the damage done. We are the fortunate ones.
Some good melodies, man. It's a really fun drum beat too. It literally is like a Linkin Park and System of a Down collaboration here, eh? Okay, bridge. Let's see what you got. There we go. Chester, man. He's always had such an amazing scream, amazing tone, man. Rebellion. Let's talk about it. All right, finally checked out newish Linkin Park with the song Rebellion. And it's funny how a lot of these like bands starting up, you know, were really heavy. A lot of the bands I grew up listening to, they were very heavy. They put out like 3 really heavy albums or 2, and then after that they just got softer over the years. And that's when the fan base starts to lose interest. There's very few bands that can really kind of like bring more fans along the way. Bring Me the Horizon is like a perfect example. But for most bands, you know, because their heavy is so good. When they were heavy, that was just masterclass. And when they do anything else, it just doesn't hit the same kind of highs. But it's still good. So I'll go through the pros and cons. Number one, I really like the guitar riffage, and I think Daron played a massive role in making this song sound like a System of a Down track with like Linkin Park kind of vocals. Like the drumming was fast, upbeat the whole way through. Guitar work was always very busy. A lot of palm muter riffs, very System of a Downy, where it's like kind of back and forth kind of notes with a lot of palm mutes and stuff. The melodies that came through were also positive. The melodies that came in the chorus were they were textured really well with the overall song, and I thought they were a nice touch. And another pro is the vocals, and vocals had good melodies, I really enjoyed the verses and how they're carrying themselves through. And Chester, man, Chester has one of the best screams ever. I've always thought that, and that's another massive pro. Like, seriously, rest in peace to an absolute legend. Like, growing up, I remember hearing his screams on the radio and stuff just and being mind blown. And he's a big reason that got me into the music that I listen to now, actually. And actually kind of like why this channel exists. Like, seriously, he's a massive influential person. That being said, I still wasn't like a massive Linkin Park fan, even though I love Chester's vocals the most. He's always been my favorite part about the band. I never really cared for the rapping too much. I've always just liked Chester. But yeah, so, you know, his vocals are awesome. Fun song for sure. But let's go through the cons. And I guess my cons with this is that it did get very repetitive for me. You know, after hearing the first chorus, just basically repeated the same verse, repeated the same chorus, breakdown. I'll talk about the breakdown after. And then it just went back into the chorus, and it just got very, very repetitive. There was no dynamics to this track. It was just very copy and paste. And if you know the channel well enough, you know that's something that I critique in songs, is that if it's going to follow this kind of structure, at least like try to do a little bit of variations, you know, have surprising moments, because if it's not surprising, I get bored really, really fast. So that's how I felt. And also the breakdown, although I loved hearing Chester's screams, I felt like this breakdown was it was underwhelming. It didn't have that build up, it didn't have that intensity, and I think a reason why was this overall song wasn't heavy enough for that breakdown. I just didn't feel the momentum in the intensity, because it was a pretty melodic track. And so it went to that breakdown, it just got really heavy, and it just didn't seem to contrast well with everything else that was going on. So I thought the breakdown was actually underwhelming, even though like I appreciated hearing Chester screaming again, you know? But yeah, and I guess that's my 2 cons really. This is a alright track. Can't say it makes me intrigued to check out more Linkin Park from this era, because like I said, I've checked out some songs before, just wasn't for me. I think the last single that I really enjoyed from these guys is Bleed It Out. I always like that tune, but yeah, like I said, Hybrid Theory and the songs off Meteora, like the odd singles here and there, I really love. But yeah, that's my thoughts on Linkin Park, man, and their song Rebellion. But I'm curious to know what your thoughts are, so comment down below, spice up my life. What'd you guys think of this tune? Also, Linkin Park fans, I should probably check out all of Hybrid Theory, or all of Meteora. Like I said, I've only checked out like the main singles and random songs over the years that friends showed me, or if it came on my Spotify or whatever, you know. But also, if you got to this point in the video and you haven't clicked off yet, then I appreciate the shit out of you, man. But on that, thank you for tuning in. Till next time. Peace.